Derwin this week. Are you planning to, well, I'm not going to share it, but are you planning to feature like guys like AJ and stuff like that more?
It's challenges the depth of the room, which I think Joe's done a great job of building. So feel confident in the guys that we have available, and look forward to the great opportunity we have.
At the time of during training camp where Derwin was out with again like some kind of injury, you think that'll help guys as they practice without him and without Joey, I guess too?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that happen, and you can sit around and worry about them and complain about them and say this and that. At the end of the day, we're going to play football at 1:25 on Sunday, and the guys that we have out there, we will feel like they're well prepared. We'll have a lot of confidence in them to execute the game plan that we're going to try. And I think a lot of the way we've always repped guys, different positions and with different groups. The amount of reps that we get during camp and during practice certainly help in a situation like this. So just look forward to the guys that we have out there and putting our best foot out there on Sunday.
In the spring and summer with Derwin, you sort of talked about, getting that fun side of that again, playing fast.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about wanting to restake his claim as one of the best safeties in the league. Part of that for him is like playing with that intensity, that physicality. So now that this has happened again, where he's got put on that serious offense, now he's suspended. As a coach, how do you make sure that you still get that side of him without him losing any of that, but while he's still playing, sort of within the rules?
Yeah, I can only speak on since I've been here, but I give Derwin a lot of credit for studying it, looking at it, trying to find out the best way to play, working on it every single day in practice, and how he's trying to get his body on people. I think he's tackled well. It was an unfortunate play, kind of a bang-bang play. And so, they didn't ask me my opinion on it. But, at the end of the day, he is playing well. He played, a really good game statistically, was productive, was a game changer. And so we'll continue to work on it. We'll continue to do our best as coaches to put him in the best position to be out there. Love Derwin, love everything about him, and look forward to getting him back.
When he is playing well, what are you seeing? What is he just sort of everywhere?
He's just playing fast, man. He's trusting himself first, trusting the game plan or trusting his instincts at times. And so, just doing different things. He's embraced playing in different spots for us and having the different abilities and different calls to do different things and have different opportunities to affect the game. So, just like I said, happy with how he's played through the 3 games. We'll miss him. We'll do our best to hold it down without him, and get our other guys ready to play. And just excited for the opportunity this week, and then excited to get him back after the game as well.
You're a former DB and you coach DBs in Baltimore. Just how much of a challenge and evolution has it been as far as trying to maybe amend or lower the strike zone and teach without leading with the helmet? And because, as Jim pointed out, looked like Freiermuth stiff arm, which might have changed Derwin's path too.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of plays where I think you can do your best to coach and teach, keeping the head out of it, and wrapping up and putting your body on people, using your shoulders, the whole shoulder tackling thing, which we really try to emphasize, really try to operate. This was a bang play, and it happened, and he had a history, and that's what the NFL decided. So that's sort of moved on from it at this point. So,
What did you take away from the Steelers tape?
I took away that we're close. Losing is there's winning football, and there's football that doesn't translate to winning. And we played winning football for a good while in that game. But we need to find a way to play winning football for 4 quarters. I liked our physicality, our intensity, and all that, but you can't go back after the game and say, well, if we take out these 4 or 5 penalties or these 4 or 5 plays, like that it happened, and you got to own it. You got to look at each other. my emphasis to the group is like, let's look at ourselves, man. Let's look at me, us, our positions, everything, and let's make sure in the key moments that we're playing winning football. And I've liked our response from that. Certainly some positives to take from the game and how we played, but at the end of the day, you either win or you lose. And so we think we can take a lot from the game and try to keep improving.
The Fields Reid touchdown in the red zone, keeper, it looked like you had two guys go to the flat there. Was there some sort of...
Yeah, to me, like, stuff like that happens. It's on me as a coach. It's on not being well prepared enough for that play. And so it's, like I said, it's looking at all of us. And yeah, obviously you want to account for the quarterback to be able to run. We didn't, just prepare well enough for the particular way that they did it. And so great learning experience and hopefully something that will improve.
But somebody was like, Thule dropped to coverage, so somebody was supposed to replace the edge there.
Yeah, I'm not going to explain the intricacies of all of our calls and how they work. I certainly want to have somebody there for the quarterback. So,
How much of a challenge? It sounds like Hunt could start at running back for them this week. How much of a challenge is he not only as a runner, but also catching out of the backfield?
Yeah, he's had a really productive career. I've had a chance to see him a couple different times in KC and then Cleveland. So. Just productive, fits their offense, fits what they like to do with the backs. I think the other two are good players too, so now they have kind of a three-headed monster without Pacheco in there right now. He brings an element, maybe a little bit more explosive element in the passing game. So definitely something we have to account for, and can certainly see why they would want to get him back in the fold with their situation.
You talked a bit about just balancing complexity and simplicity since February.
Yeah.
We just talked a lot about it. It seems like going up against a player like Patrick Mahomes, you want to be really complex and make things difficult on him, but you don't want to be overly complex where you're making mistakes and leave you guys open. So how do you properly execute that balance as a coach against a quarterback that's as talented as he is? Yeah,
it's so much respect for Patrick, obviously as a player, what he's done, Coach Reid. Just their whole offense, all their players and coaches. And so it's a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. It is a fine line of you got to play your stuff. You got to play football. I think there's times where people play against them and they try to change everything or try to do too much, which normally doesn't lead to success. And particularly when you're in the division with them, it's unique. It's not like a one-time game. This is going to be hopefully a chess match going on for a while. Being here now, so really just look forward to that aspect of it, and look forward to the great challenge that it is. And we'll see what it looks like on Sunday.
You mentioned Coach Reid. You've gone against him before. What's the biggest challenge with the volume, I guess, that we can present on game day?
Yeah, they do a little bit of everything, and then they have obviously players make schemes go, but schemes also make players go. So I think they have a great combination of that, where you have, maybe the best play caller of all time, if you just look at his track record and the success with the various types of players that he's had. And then now you put him in, now you throw in there, who arguably is one of the top quarterbacks of all time. So that's a tough combination. And so they just do a lot of different things. And then just like talked about it a little bit last week, but the elite play after the play quarterback. And so there's a lot of times where you can defend their play call. You defended the play call, but then a guy rushing loses his gap or somebody falls down. Patrick is able to extend, does a phenomenal job in the pocket extending plays, and then it just turns into another play. And that's really where they hit a lot of their really big plays, is on those. So it's a combination of, defending their scheme, and then just being really, really disciplined and really relentless and really, straining to finish the full play. And that's, to me, like one of the biggest challenges of playing them. and have seen it before, and where, man, those plays, you think you got them, you think you have them, you think you covered a route well, and then the guy turns up and wheels away from you, and it's never over with them and how they play. So great opportunity, great challenge, and just look forward to this first opportunity to try and defend them.
What is the challenge or difficulty going against a speedy receiver like Worthy?
Just the ability to really stretch the field, take the top off the defense. He's straight ahead, can really like open up that 15 to 30 yard range for other people because he can stretch the safety so far. Once again, just he kind of challenges not only the top of your coverage, but then the middle part of your coverage to pick up for maybe that guy being gone, that guy being drained out of there. And then he's really good on catch and runs too, which they've incorporated the last couple games. And then he, reverses and all the plays where the 40 time and the speed can show up. They've done a really good job putting him in those positions to utilize that. And so you got to try your best to disrupt him at times. But at the end of the day, know that they're going to create ways for him to get free releases with motions and bunches and stacks and different things, and just got to do a great job of not letting him get over the top.
What's a unique challenge to going against Kelce? I mean, I know the receptions are down the first 3 games, but
yeah, I mean, he's like I said, maybe the best play caller, maybe the best quarterback, maybe the best tight end of all time, and then he's just got him and Mahomes have. Obviously, a really unique sense of playing together, kind of that backyard football style of play. Once again, he makes so many plays on, hey, the initial play's over, and then he does such a good job finding space, finding soft spots and zones. And so, man, huge challenge. Just look forward to the opportunity to try to defend him.
Do you get the sense that I know it's a week-to-week league, and you're never going to make any grand proclamations after just one game. But do you get the sense that this week is a litmus test, a barometer for where you guys are at? Because you know you're missing some guys. Just going up against an offense of this caliber.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's week 4. I think it's our first opportunity to play this particular team who's won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls. That's always like, you're only as good as your last time out is really how I look at it. And so we have done some good things in 3 weeks. Didn't play winning football at the end of the game to really, told the guys, like, man, we got to find a way. When you got a 10-7 lead, like, that's enough, and we need that mindset. We need that mentality. It's growing. I sense it growing. I sense the guys gaining confidence even in parts of that game. But this is a great challenge, great opportunity. And, every game is that litmus test for that week, And certainly when it's this team, they're 3-0, they're the defending champs. Yeah, it's definitely a great test.
Just one more play from Sunday, the 55-yard touchdown to Austin. Just from your perspective, what happened?
Yeah, we didn't play the coverage great, and then we just had a couple. I think thinking he was throwing to somebody else caused a couple bad angles. Thinking like when his hand came off the ball, there was another guy open that I really think a couple of the guys thought that's where the ball was going. And so we didn't break on it great. We'd like to find a way to get the guy down and limit the big play. That was really the first one where I'm like, man, like the big play touchdowns kill you in this league. And other times, we may miss a tackle or whatever, but if we can get the guy down, give us an opportunity to get in the red area and stop him. We were able to do that a couple times. And then also credit to them. I think, major credit to Arthur and Justin, Justin Fields. They were more aggressive on that particular drive than I probably anticipated, having just taken a 13-10 lead, and without Justin being in the game for us, they came out throwing, which to their credit got them going and really put the game away on that play. So great play call by him, and something we want to try to get better at, certainly.
So everybody on the back end was on the same page as far as what coverage.
I mean, there's always things that can be tighter. But yeah, I mean, it was a good play call against what we had called and well executed by them.
On Sunday, kind of trending with Derwin out, kind of trending towards Molden and Gilman at the safeties.
Yeah, I mean, those two, and then certainly a good dose of AJ, Tony, possibly, depending on see what happens with the roster. Yeah, I feel confident about the guys we have to fill the void. You can't replace Derwin James. Like I said, he's one of the top players in football. But at the same time, feel confident in the players that we have to execute the way we're going to try to play him. Maybe it's a little different without Derwin James, a guy that can do a lot of different things. But we've known as we were game planning that was going to be the case. So it's better than, hey, at the end of the week, maybe something happening. So we'll be prepared to play the game without him, and confident in the guys that we have.
Is it slightly reassuring that what Molden can do stepping into a starting spot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, been super excited about him from the second he walked in the door. Has just done an unbelievable job. Talked about him before, and did it in week 2 when Alohi was out, and expect him to step in there and play great.
How do you feel like Asante has played this season?
I think he's been really good in coverage at times. There's a couple missed tackles that we got to get corrected. And he knows that. Nobody works harder on tackling than him, man. Puts in the work, puts in the time. So, kind of like everything. In this game, every play could be the difference in the game, And so just that mentality that, getting the guy down right there, maybe it's the difference in winning and losing, So continuing to push that mindset. I have a lot of confidence in Zont that he'll continue to get better at that. Works really hard. Is a competitor, and I think he's played great in coverage at times, and so just look forward to continue him chasing those details and putting it all together.
With the tackling, is it a technique thing? Do you want him approaching those tackles in space differently than he's approaching them right now?
Yeah, there's to me, when you miss a tackle, it's always something to do with your angle, something to do with your body position. Or where your eyes go. So all those things, continue to chase those details. And, he does it. He does it in practice. He made a huge focus on it. Coach Klink probably works on tackling more than any corners coach in the National Football League. And so just look forward to him getting better and better as the season goes.